What's up guys? People have been asking me for a tutorial video on the new Pendulum Summons, Pendulum mechanic, and how it works. So with this video it will be, hopefully it will be a bit more clear on how the Pendulum mechanic works. I'll try not to drag the video too long and obviously keep it as short but efficient as possible. Let's start with the beginning. As you see, this will be the new field for Yu-Gi-Oh! When the Pendulum mechanic is out. We have both Pendulum zones, red and blue, on both sides of the field. Both your field spell zone and the graveyard have been moved up a little, and also your banished card zone is normally at the right of your graveyard. Okay, next. The Pendulum monsters. At this moment, the more important ones are Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, Magician of Astromancy, and Magician of Chronomancy. As you see, a Pendulum card consists of two parts, a monster part with a monster effect, and of course a spell part with a spell effect. So when in your hand, Pendulum cards can be summoned as regular monsters. Let's take a look at, for example, Pendulum Dragon. It's a level 7, so as a regular monster it seems not useful. But that's not what this card is for. Pendulum Dragon's spell effect is far more important. If you use the spell card effect, you activate it from your hand, and then the dragon will be placed in one of your Pendulum zones on the field, where it's a face-up spell card. At this moment, your Pendulum card will get its spell card effect, and this makes Pendulum Dragon really good. Hear me out. During the end phase, you can destroy your dragon and search pretty much any Pendulum card from your deck with 1500 or less attack. Currently we have both magicians as your target. Okay, what happens next? When the dragon is destroyed on the field, it will be placed face up in your own extra deck. Keep this in mind, this will be very crucial in a few moments. Okay, so in our example we already have one of the magicians in hand, the one we searched out with Pendulum Dragon during the end phase last turn. Let's say I was a bit lucky and I already had the other magician in hand. And let's say, for example, I'm playing gadgets. I also have a tin plate goldfish, a Machina Fortress, a green and a red gadget in hand. So now I have both magicians ready and I can start my Pendulum Summon. Look closely at your Pendulum monster. Every card has a scale. Astromancy, for example, has a scale of 1. Chronomancy has a scale of 8. These numbers are important if you want to perform a Pendulum Summon. Now let's say my opponent passes, and it's my turn again. Now if I want, I can perform a Pendulum Summon. I use both my magicians, activate them as a spell card, so they'll be placed in both your Pendulum zones, one on the left, one on the right. No Pendulum Summon just yet, you just place them both in their respective Pendulum zones. Now, here's where the scale is crucial. As mentioned, one magician has a scale of 1, the other magician has a scale of 8. So this means that you can activate your mechanic and go for a Pendulum Summon. You can summon as many monsters you want from your hand or from your extra deck between the range of 2 to 7. So no tribute is needed for example, a level 6 monster. This is not all. So a Pendulum Summon, as I said, is not only performed from the hand, but also from your extra deck. Remember that our Pendulum Dragon was face up in our extra deck because it was destroyed last turn. Well, if you perform a Pendulum Summon, you can also summon all Pendulum monsters from your extra deck. And this is where the Pendulum mechanic is the nuts, and why Pendulum Dragon is so good. Pendulum Dragon searches out the magician from your deck and settles itself in your extra deck, ready to be summoned later. And if you have multiples, you can summon them all to the field at once. Okay, I now place both magicians in my Pendulum zone. I now activate and use my Pendulum Summon. This is now my field. I special summoned everything from my hand and the one Pendulum Dragon from my extra deck. Okay. Hopefully you're still with me. This is a Pendulum Summon, a huge special summon, pretty much a return from a different dimension if you want to compare it with a card. Let's not forget, you can perform a Pendulum Summon once each turn, as long as both your Pendulum zones are still occupied by both Pendulum monsters. And it counts as a special summon, so you still have your normal summon left. So now, I have performed a Pendulum Summon. I choose to special summon both gadgets, the Machina Fortress and the Goldfish from my hand. And of course, yeah, the one Pendulum Dragon that was in my extra deck. Okay, now the effects. Both gadgets will activate because they are special summoned. So I search out another red and a yellow gadget from my deck. Machina Fortress didn't need any tribute because it's a level 7. And very important, Tinplate Goldfish will not activate because it was special summoned and not normal summoned. Also, of course, because I don't have a free spot, but you know what I mean. Okay, as said, I'll still have my normal summon left for the turn. So I can, for example, summon another gadget and go from there. So you see here, setting up your pendulum mechanic at this time of the video takes up a few turns, but the reward is very high. Look at the field, and yeah, you can, for example, still make a few exceeds. Make, for example, Gear Gigant X, or Arknight, or Dracossack with both Fortress and Pendulum Dragon, and so on. Okay, let's get back before the exceeds. Say I decide to attack first. I'm very reckless. My opponent has one face down back row and I enter my battle phase and attack. Boom, right into Mirror Force. All my monsters are destroyed, all are sent to the graveyard, but not our Pendulum Dragon. That card will be sent back to your extra deck because it was destroyed on the field. So you know what this means. If your opponent does not get rid of your pendulum monsters / scale in your pendulum zone, you can do pretty much the same next turn, special summon them back, because you can pendulum summon once each turn. Something important, let's say I made a Dracossack with Fortress and Pendulum Dragon, and detach Pendulum Dragon as an exceed material. It will not be sent back to the extra deck because it was not sent from the field to the graveyard. Same, it's for examples, yeah, same counts as it's sent from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Okay, I think that I pretty much covered the more important things on Pendulum Summon. Guys, if I made a mistake somewhere in the video, don't hesitate and inform me about it. I'll make an adjustment to the video to correct things. Okay, hopefully this is somewhat, yeah, makes it more clear on how the pendulum mechanic works out. Any questions are always welcome, yeah, if something is not clear. Pendulum scraps are next, and of course, guys, thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.